building muscle and getting lean. Now, there's a lot of confusion around this area, so I'm going to lay down the facts as clear as I can. Building muscle and losing fat are two completely different physiological mechanisms. Building muscle revolves around the process of muscle protein synthesis. Now, most people bulk and think they're gaining muscle, but if you're doing standard methods of bulking, chances are you're just getting fat. But if you focus on maximising muscle protein synthesis, you will actually build muscle. I'll explain this later. Losing fat, getting lean, is only about a calorie deficit. Meaning no magic pill, no supplement, training plan, diet plan, etc. will work without a calorie deficit. This means you'll be using more energy than you're eating, therefore taking it from the storages in the body. The problem with these two is they are very conflicting. Although building muscle and dropping fat together is possible, it's incredibly difficult. Imagine driving a Formula One car at max speed, but also trying to stay economical about it. It's near impossible. You'll be constantly fighting against each factor. So unless you are completely new to exercise, I suggest focusing on the one that's most important to you. So first of all, we're going to go over how to build muscle protein synthesis. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to talk about them both separately. First of all, we'll talk about muscle protein synthesis and building muscle, and then we'll talk about how to get leaner, dropping fat with that calorie deficit. More muscle means more strength, more power, more speed, means you're going to be more dominant on the pitch. Building muscle is an absolute main focus of the Athlete Made program, but listen carefully to what I'm about to deliver. Everyone bulks wrong. Stuffing your face and going to the gym a few times a week isn't going to build you muscle. You'll get some newbie gains, get fat, then decide that you need to cut, and then realise you aren't retaining any muscle. Muscle building all comes down to muscle protein synthesis, the creation of new muscle. It can be magnified by the gains formula I put together. Stimulus plus protein and slight surplus equals gains. The stimulus is your training. Now the best stimulus for muscle building is full body resistance training. It's the absolute first priority as it triggers the start of muscle protein synthesis. Without this, nothing else will help. Protein. Simply put, eat enough of it. If you're going to be training 4+ times a week, as an absolute minimum, I'd recommend hitting 1.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight you weigh at. So for example, if you weigh 70 kilos, aim for about 105 grams of protein per day as an absolute minimum. The more the merrier, but as an absolute minimum. The third and final point is being in a slight calorie surplus. Now, being in a slight calorie surplus means you won't be entering a catabolic state, which means you won't be entering an energy balance deficit where you'll be breaking down tissue to correct that energy balance. Aim for around 15% of your calories needs. You're probably thinking tracking your food is complicated, but you can do it very easily via a number of apps. The most common one is MyFitnessPal. It's very good and very easy to use, and it's completely free. And you can get it straight onto your smartphone. MyFitnessPal will even calculate your energy requirements for you, so definitely go check that out. Just remember, building muscle all comes down to muscle protein synthesis using the gains formula. No supplement or vitamin or special product is going to help that. Muscle protein synthesis, stimulus, protein, slight surplus. Build yourself some muscle and be more dominant on the pitch. Now we're going to look at how to get lean and drop fat. Getting lean or losing fat is massively important to any athlete and is always something I focus on in my Athlete Made clients. Not only does looking shredded make you look the part, but carrying around unnecessary body fat is just slowing you down and forcing you to work harder to produce force and move. Just imagine going for a run with a backpack that has 5 litres of water in. How much harder do you think running is going to be? So now take that backpack off and then imagine you stripped off another 5 kilos of fat. How much faster do you think you can run now? Now you're a little bit lighter, now you're a little bit more agile, now you've not got as much weight to carry around. Exactly, you'll be moving much faster. So how do you get lean? 1, you want to retain muscle mass. But to retain muscle mass, all you have to do is keep training and keep hitting those protein targets. The second part of that is a calorie deficit. This is the only way to ensure you'll lose fat. To guarantee you will lose fat, you'll need to burn more calories than what you put into yourself. So, work out how many calories you need. Again, go back to MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal works this out for you. And drop those calories by about 20%. Track your food intake and stick to calorie range. Remember, to become athlete made lean, You need to 1, retain muscle, and 2, get in a calorie deficit.